Warning, F-bombs are armed and may be dropped. Alright, for this video I have to read something, so bear with me. First Amendment of the Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay, those sound pretty simple, right? You can say what you want, and you can bear arms. But infringements happen. Alright? You can't yell fire in a crowded theater when there is, in fact, no fire. That's an actual quote from the Supreme Court. You can't carry an M16. That's actual federal law. There's another concept, though, at work. Strict scrutiny requires the government to employ the least restrictive means to achieve its compelling government objective. The government must prove that its objective is compelling or undeniably necessary, and that no similarly effective but less restrictive means are available to achieve its goals. The government must prove that the true purpose of its actions is to accomplish its compelling objective, and that the objective would be at risk if it does not use classification. Okay. That was by very late Supreme Court Justice Earl Warren. Okay. The federal government and the state governments do have a compelling interest in telling you that no, you cannot yell fire in a crowded theater when there is, in fact, no fire. They do have a compelling interest in saying, no, you can't really carry an M16 around in public. They do not have a compelling interest in telling you that you can't say, I don't like skin jobs. They do not have a compelling interest in telling you, no, you cannot carry a Glock around in public, even if it's concealed. They barely have a compelling interest, intermediate scrutiny, to establishing concealed carry permit requirements. That's literally a give back. We let them take a right because it was easier than fighting. Alright. That's done now. That's gone. If you want to fight your state for it, great, good for you, do that, and I will back you 100%. Until then, it is what it is. Alright. Now this is actually a video about someone in particular. He's not an American. Alright. But he was threatened with 2 years in prison for telling a really bad joke. First of all, the joke is objectively kind of disgusting. Yeah, so what? Every fucking comedian tells disgusting jokes. That's part of their job. That's literally what they do. Alright? No one ever said to Jerry Seinfeld, you're going to prison for your handicap parking joke. And that was objectively insulting. This guy is looking at 2 years in prison. And by the way, he hasn't gone yet. He's been told that he could stay out of prison if he blank. And he actually made a video telling the prosecutor's office, quote, you know where to find me. Well, there's a fine fuck you. And you know what? Good. He should keep telling them to go fuck themselves. The ones who committed terrorism and threaten the public's safety and good order, it's not him. What he did was really a bad joke and a very off-color joke. But on the scale of threats to public safety, telling people that you're going to go to prison for telling a bad joke, number one. Alright? Telling the public you can't say certain things because that might offend people. That's dangerous. The prosecutor in his case is the ones that threaten public safety. It might offend somebody to say that there's fire in a crowded theater when there is in fact a fire. Now all those people get to die. Because the one person who knew about the fire was afraid to say something. Now granted, comedy and raising the alarm are not exactly the same thing. But it is literally part of a comic's job to offend. So, to Bill, whatever the hell your name was, I'm going to take back about half of what I said about you. You're an asshole, but yeah, well, fuck you. I don't think Mark's very funny. He's never told a joke that actually made me laugh. He said a few things that made me laugh, but those weren't jokes. Those were nasty, vitriol-laden rants. And those were actually funny. Because he's actually funny when he's pissed off. When he's trying to tell a joke, he's not funny at all. Alright? It was the prosecutors who created a dangerous environment by telling everybody else, you can't say things that might offend people and upset people. Fuck you. Alright? The strict scrutiny of any comedian is, did he actually say, kill all the skin jobs? Maybe he actually did. Right? There are a lot of comedians who have made Nazi jokes. One of them was Charlie Chaplin. Do we want to now burn Charlie Chaplin's films? Are you fucktarded? Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. Some people out there clearly are fucktarded. Don't go burning Charlie Chaplin's films. Alright? The strict scrutiny of a comedian is pretty much non-existent. The strict scrutiny of saying, like me, and has anybody ever heard me tell a joke? On YouTube at least? I've never told a joke on YouTube. I've been really fastidious about this. I've said some angry things that might be funny. Those weren't jokes. I was serious. Me saying kill all the skin jobs shouldn't ever be taken as a joke because I didn't mean it that way. Clearly I didn't mean it that way because I have never told a joke. You cannot even conceivably apply strict scrutiny to speech without, or you cannot apply any restrictions on the right to speech or the right to keep and bear without strict scrutiny, or you endanger both and the public at the same time. So, to that prosecutor's office, get wrecked. Go fuck yourself. Keep calm. Mandatory carry on. Go see Alita. Until they ban that too.